Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves as Japan, episode number 5. Okay, so things have gone well in the war so far, just because that last fleet engagement we were able to sink, remarkably, 2 Russian battleships at the cost of none of our own. In fact, we sank 6 total ships and didn't lose a single one, including escorts. That was a really good battle. I've already mentioned this a few times in the comments, but just for those people who don't really look at those things, which is fine. That was probably my most successful torpedo engagement, like us avoiding their torpedoes and us connecting on the torpedoes we launched at them, possibly that I've ever had, at least that I've ever had on camera. Actually, way back in the Germany playthrough, the second one I ever did, I think we got a little bit lucky with torpedo spreads from destroyers late in the game, but I may not be remembering correctly. So we have a bit of a budget here, 2 million. And I think that it's time to start investing in some new ships. Although there is something to be said about saving this money and then just waiting a little bit longer to design a better ship. Because how are we doing on a heavy cruiser, which has been the most requested? Well, with the light cruisers, I guess both of them are just very highly requested. So I still think we want... The gun data for this is 11,000 I should say. Yeah, so it's still better for the 9. It's still better for the 8-inch guns versus the 9. And unfortunately, the quality of the 10-inch guns goes down, so that would be a reason not to choose those. So we haven't gotten a good enough breakthrough, I think, for us to want to redesign our Osama class, even though those lack armor on the secondaries. I think we'll just go ahead and deal with it, and we'll lose secondaries, but hopefully we still end up with 8 secondaries per side. I guess we do have a little bit of redundancy. It's not redundancy, but enough that we can lose 1 or 2 without crippling our gunfire. Okay, so I'll push on for now. We'll keep thinking about, how to deal with building new ships as we move forward. Okay, intelligence services is offering safe passage for a revolutionary. I feel like this is not something the Japanese would do as much as like the Russians would have done or the French. So I'm going to lock them up and throw away the key, which will give us a prestige point. Not that we need it. Our prestige is already looking pretty good. And we're only, 4 years into the game. Lose 1. Okay, this is kind of unfortunate. The French ships have intercepted the Shino Ame, which is Captain Blinson. We will definitely just attempt to run away. You can't decline these, you can only auto-resolve, but the prospects of victory under auto-resolution are, I think, far worse than if you just gun for an exit very quickly yourself. Alright, so we have the wind advantage. We're not going to stick around. What do we have? 8 4-inch guns, so just 5 4-inch guns per side. It's really, really not a good ship for fighting. And we are up against, what's worse, armored cruiser with an equivalent top speed. Okay, well this is where things get dicey. Something like here. Let's run this way. Okay, so we're just going to run at fast speed and hopefully they can't catch up in time to sink us. Looks like we're going to be okay. Just depends on who loses endurance first, and we should lose endurance second because we are extreme range with reliant engines. So this should go our way. We should be able to outrun ships, even though they're this will be problematic though. Guess we'll have to switch course so we can go around this landmass. I'm pretty sure changing direction actually favors us. Okay, so what's going on here? We're down to 21, so our engines have slowed us down and we slowed it down again. That's what we're seeing up here is probably cleaning the grates. Whoops, not that, but the log. Not that. There we go. Stokers are exhausted, so our guys can't shovel coal fast enough. We're trying to clean the grates, but whatever has happened to us has also been happening to the heavy cruiser, the armored cruiser, I should say. She'll probably pull off the pursuit soon. And I'm sorry that there's no way I can speed this up further, but there's actually no way I can speed this up further. Okay, good. So we made it. An exciting run for the Shinoame, but she made it. She escaped. And that is one of the perils of raiding, so just how it goes. How are our raiders doing? Let's do sort by class and then type, which sorts it by type and then class secondary. So I can look at my Chiyoda classes and see how many do we have raiding here. So we have a few of these that we need to move down to Southeast Asia, where they can begin raiding. Although I would like maybe one of them to stay in Northeast Asia as a raider. No, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to put one of my Azumis... Weird. I'm going to put one of my Azumis on raiding in Northeast Asia, just to make sure that we don't have Chiyodas in our fleet fights. So we'll just do one here. Raiding, and these will both go to raiding as well. Very good. Okay, the technology sharing agreement, which has helped us tremendously. I don't think I noticed a single message saying that we helped the USA with anything. So it was very asymmetric, but in a good way for us. Good, so we have central firing. This is a good development. Chiyoda sank 3. The Haisuten Pasuto has sank 1. Shinoami sank 2 as revenge for being chased down by that armored cruiser. The Kimo Sensei, I don't know how to say that, but whatever, sank 2. Dotsugo Chikogo sank 2. 1, and the one that had already sank one of, I think, French or Russian ships, I can't remember, has been tracked down by the Russians. So this will be our battle for this month. It looks like it's going to happen quickly. This is a Chiyoda class, so we'll have to just, same business here, run away as quickly as possible. I think I'll head for this, right there. Actually, I'll head this way, and we'll try to pinch them off against the coast of Vietnam. So it looks like they went the wrong way, and we went the wrong way, and I kind of like to see what ship we're up against, so I might patrol cautiously back. I like to have the recon at least on what we were going to face. But I think that it won't happen in this case. So that's fine. So we'll sail towards the French port. This is a Russian ship anyway, so I guess the French ports won't even be activated. Yeah, okay. I want to see what we were up against. A Diana class, which certainly had the ability to sink us, probably multiple times over. So I'm glad we got it out of there. Okay, so everything should be set now. We have one Chiyoda. The Iwabu has finished working up, I guess, so we'll put them to raiding. No, I'm going to have them move to Southeast Asia. And I'm just going to leave that one Azumi class. The Dotsugo Chikogo will be our one raider in Northeast Asia. Alright. Machinery breakthrough. We sank a sub. 1. Chiyoda, Wiabu, Haisuut, Tenpasuto. Oh no! And this event should be happening a lot less often with extreme range, extreme long range, high reliability, but we just must have gotten extremely unlucky. What's more, it's extremely unlucky to have to scuttle because we have a port in the sea zone. In fact, this is such an unusual occurrence for the type of ship I have in the sea zone it was. I'd almost think this was a bug. I put extreme long range and reliability on the engine type to exactly avoid any of these events. Okay, so one, the Yukiona. 1, 2, 3. 3 against us, and the Uabu intercepts the French Ranger. Okay. So this is a Chiyoda. Although we're intercepting a French Raider, it's probably better to think of this as the other way around. So, probably didn't move to the screen for that last battle, sorry, but thankfully it wasn't anything interesting. I think we'll head down. Just at a kind of an oblique angle. I do want to still identify them. Okay, Surkov. Interesting. This one is 3,400 tons. Actually, surprisingly. 2.5. Okay, 21 knots. We get 22 knots. But they have 8 5-inch guns and 2 3-inch guns. Huh. Not a bad ship, considering it's like a thousand tons lighter. But I think that's just because it doesn't have any of the rating stuff, although unfortunately that hasn't actually helped us much. So we're just going to elude, go back this way. This episode has not been terribly exciting so far. Okay, they went back to port, I guess. Another draw. Let's find out. We should win the war if it just stays how it is. Finally, something interesting. Okay, cruiser action in Northeast Asia. I will definitely accept this because we only have our good cruisers here. All right, they weren't able to muster enough forces, so we just get free victory points. I want to keep checking on our light cruisers to make sure that they are all where they should be. So we have the Heiosiko Toyotasi is working up. We'll have to send her down to Southeast Asia as well. Tomislav is ready to move down to Southeast Asia. I'm just going to risk it a little bit. I'm going to set Tomislav up as a raider in Northeast Asia because there should be plenty of traffic in Northeast Asia considering Russia has almost a home body of water there. Very good. This is kind of interesting. I like the war because it gives us a better budget. It doesn't seem to have any negative effects on us right now, as in we're not like losing ships. There's no advantage to saying this other than we can run up the war score a little bit more. Let's try to do it. Let's just try to run up the war score, because then maybe we can get more provinces. Okay, we captured munitions that helped us with the AP projectiles. Chiyoda, Uabu, Yukiona, Kimo Sensei. Daiotsugo Chikogo, Shinoame, Akimo Sensei. Fleet battle. Alright, we'll accept this for sure. Russians being, at least they should be, 2 battleships lower than us now. Good. So let's get this set up, and we're only about 15 minutes in. We can probably finish this battle in time. Now, let's see, how are we set up? Okay, so I will again run in Rear Admiral's mode. We do have the kamikaze here. That's good. I thought somebody had mentioned that their ship had been sunk, but the kamikaze's right there. Let's set you to, well, let's leave you in this until we actually spot the enemy. Okay, there. Now let's bring you into line ahead mode. We'll leave the rest of our ships on AI control just to keep them with us for now. Where are we? Okay, we're in close proximity to Vladivostok. Look at that. Is that a bug? I think we found a bug. We can actually see, I'm imagining this is, surely it has to be the mines. Enemy mine fields. It's kind of strange. We shouldn't be able to see those, I'm pretty sure. But, okay. Well, it's not a surprise that there's mines around the port. Just it's a surprise that we shouldn't be able to see the enemy mine positions. How do we do this? I guess let's just do this. Okay, I don't want to lose them though, so let's go up to 18. Don't want to lose contact. In fact, we need to run this guy directly north because that's where the... Oh dear. They misunderstood the signals. They're going to get away. Well, we'll just head east, I guess. Looks like the heavy cruiser is maintaining contact, so we don't need to worry about that so far. The Pamyat Azova. A good armored cruiser. Very capable. Not something we're going to want our light cruisers to tangle with, but the good news is we have battleships for that. I'm going to change the role of this guy to support now. And we're going to put him to AI control, and I'm just going to control my flagship for now. Ah, the Fumeo. Fumeo. That's how I imagine we can pronounce that. This is the one who had its signals confused several times in the last engagement. We're hoping for a change of fortune for the crew. I don't want to push my engines up yet. Just going to wait it out. Wait until we encounter the main line. There it is. There's the main line. Squad max. Okay, it looks like they're going to swing around and we'll have a side-by-side engagement. Except for their represent is kind of... It's weird. I guess we'll pursue. I'm a little worried about torpedoes, of course. They've given us the wind advantage. I don't think we're going to get very lucky doing this. Okay, good. This is what I would like. So let's just pinch off this last represent if we're able. She's going to expose us to a bit of destroyer fire, I think, unfortunately. Let me go ahead and say torpedo engagement now, because I expect that they will also be doing this in a moment. Not only that, but if we can get this hit with a torpedo, we will surely sink it. Fumeo is trying to make up for her... we would dismiss any reports of cowardice from her signal errors last engagement, of course, because I'm sure that there's no cowardice in the Japanese Navy, but good, we are hitting one of their destroyers as well. Okay, good, that's actually a great one for us to hit. Uronjapa is hitting it, very good. We need to take this one out, slow it down a bit. Very strange that they've kind of like left their sister ship behind. The Kamikaze is doing her best impression of the World War II namesake. Going in on the represent. Pulling back now, realizing it's maybe not possible to get it done the way she was hoping. We're still landing 12-inch hit, 6-inch hit on the represent. She's doing okay. We don't have a full damage report on her. 3 more 6-inch shells. High explosive. We could light her on fire. What's their speed? 19? Yeah, 19 is very common this early. Fuel's not important. I've never had a ship run out of fuel. Okay, let's... What are you doing? Like, don't disrupt my... What are you doing? You're not supposed to disrupt the main battle line. Okay, I think we're okay. She's gonna get away, which I'm a little disappointed by. Wait, maybe not. Let's deactivate this to get the Kamikaze to calm down just a bit. Alright. Chaparral is the one hitting. Now the Fumeo. Just want to exchange these blows with the Repizon. You can see how close you have to get, though. It's not easy. Oh, God. Do we turn away or do we turn in? I'm gonna launch this way. I'm gonna turn in. Oh, God, we're not turning at all. Then, God, for the love of God, you have to at least turn. Okay, another 12-inch hit on the Repizon. A few more. We're getting her slowly. Surprised our 6-inch guns haven't picked off this Gromke class yet, who is now on fire and heavy damage. She's doing a good job of screening for her battleship. A heroic death. Not something I would expect from the Russian fleet at this stage, but that's fine. We have one of our ships' signals were confused. Standard affair. And we're going to be able to swarm around. We smell blood. We're going in. Yeah. Looks like we'll be able to take out the Repizon. Dead stopped. It's all over now. Good. She's hit by a torpedo. And that's got to be it. She was on fire. Oh my God, hit by another one. Okay, that's truly the end. The rest of them are surely sailing back to port where we know there's a lot of mines. So we're going to do our best impression of a tree and leave. 3 torpedoes. I mean, this is a guaranteed kill at this point. So we'll drop down to cruise speed and just saunter on off. Very good. Okay, so ultra fast. Russia went back into port. We sank 2 destroyers and 1 battleship. That was a really good engagement. Just really making mincemeat of the Russian fleet. Okay. Very exciting stuff. It was almost like a casual victory. The adrenaline wasn't ever really pumping in that one. Except for maybe when that destroyer, the Gromke, made her run at us, but we came out okay for it. Our battleships are now elite status. They've been involved in successful victories, shot enough, hit enough other ships. Fumeo is going to take 2 turns to think about, think about what she's done, but she actually performed well in that last mission, so I think she's absolved herself of any original accusations. Alright, and we have good monthly balance now, 3 million. So 3, 1, 1, 2, 1. Jeez, that's a lot. Okay, 1. Oh, yes! Finally, our armored cruisers see action. I've been really waiting for this. A little bit less so when I found out that the turrets weren't armored, but I'm really excited to see how these do. So I feel like they are the masters of the seas right now. Able to outrun. They are like the original battlecruiser. Okay, now we're up against another armored cruiser, so this is going to be a real engagement. Not a true... I would consider this just a heavy light cruiser. So it's no match for our ship, which means that we are going to take a direct route, pursue 22 knots. It can outrun us. We're only at 21. So we just want to close as quickly as possible. And then we can try to go broadsides from there. But we'll even be content firing just our forward guns. Just to continue to close. Got our first hit off. A couple more. I saw a 9-inch hit there. We're also making our profile pretty narrow. Oh, God. Damn it. I was holding shift while I right-clicked to change direction. Not what I wanted to do. Okay, good. So now we can just stay outside of torpedo range, which is about where we are. And it should be over very, very soon here. The Akai Hanasama, our first victorious armored cruiser. And And what do you know? I was so scared. That could have been either of us. But thank God it was Sphax has taken a hit in the turret and a flash fire has blown the entire ship up. A really solid victory. That's a much faster way to earn victory points. So another 1,000 for that. We're continuing to edge our lead. Let's go ahead and increase our dock size because I didn't notice that had stopped building. Okay, let's keep advancing. Still getting better AP projectile stuff. Turrets, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my gosh. Tomislav. 16. Alright, 16 to 2, 3, 4, 5. 16 to 5. Ito. Which one's Ito? Aha, an Azumi class. Fantastic. That's the one Azumi class we have in Southeast Asia, so this is really lucky. It might be the last battle we fight in this episode. And run at max speed. Okay, this one we want to charge. They have the wind advantage. Let's try to nullify that. It could be, I was saying, it could be an armored cruiser, but it is, in fact, even better. Armed merchant cruisers do not have torpedoes. So we'll be dealing with 3 5-inch guns on the broadside versus our 7 6-inch guns. And their armor, non-existent. So this will be an easy kill. Which I think she recognizes and is trying to run away, but it's not to be the case. Wow. Fantastic. We did take light damage. I hope that doesn't knock our Ito out for a turn. It doesn't. Very good. So I'm happy to see that. She picked up an elite status as well, which is great. Okay. Russia is starting to report demonstrations. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, intern is what I would prefer, obviously. Scuttled means it's gone forever. Yukiona will now return to us after the war. 11. Okay, 11 to 1. It's fantastic. Cruiser action Northeast Asia. Absolutely accept it. Should only mean good things. What do we have here? The kamikaze has decided to attach itself to the... Can't read this. Hitokiri Batosai. Who is in Nazumi. Very good. Alright, so we will do... We'll go to Admiral's mode for this one, because we won't need to control the kamikaze. Alright, so... Unknown ship sighted. Squad max. Just go right at her. Is it really? Oh god, it is actually an armored cruiser. And a darn good one at that. Yeah, we will not be fighting this. It has 22 knots, so actually not the easiest thing to outrun, but we'll just head back to port over here. Oh god. Oh god, the minesweepers. Oh no. Minesweepers are running. We might actually have to turn around and fight this. You see all the minesweepers are fleeing, but they only have a max speed of 17. And we weren't going squad max for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't pay enough attention. So I'm okay with taking a bit of damage. We just need to make it to port, which is really close. Okay, we took a hit, but it didn't do serious damage. In fact, we had coal bunkers, which saved us. Coal ship. Another hit from medium guns, probably the 7-inch guns. We'll launch our kamikaze into her normal role of being a kamikaze. Okay, there it is. Let's cover her. Oh boy, the torpedo tubes were hit. Well, out of all the things you'd want, at least it was the starboard side, and her port side is currently what's active. Alright, let's get the kamikaze to return to our the other side so we can save her. Just trying to get these minesweepers enough time, buy them enough time to get in. Trying to make sure the kamikaze doesn't sink as well. What are you doing, kamikaze? No! Just go. Go to port. Let's detach her to home port. We don't need you anymore. Just go home. We can easily make it home ourselves. In fact, we're landing a few hits. Getting a few good... No! What are you doing? Good God. Okay, let's slow this down and just do it this way. Should get the... No. Yes. Good. Alright, now we just need to make sure these minesweepers stay safe. And we can return to port at any point. So we're going to go hard. Hard in the paint. Not seeing any action. Okay, we're taking a few hits. At least give our minesweepers enough time to get out of the way. A little bit of a long-range gun duel here. They do have torpedo mounts, so we'll have to be careful about that. Alright, let's spin back around and head home. Ta-da! Good. So this has to keep running because they can go hunt our ships if they want. Hopefully they don't find anything, and we've done a good job of screening for our own minesweepers. Very good. So we took medium damage, they took light damage. It's about even. We're sinking a lot of their ships, though. Alright, so it's been 33 minutes. We'll probably call this video to a close here. I guess I'm gonna one more turn. Still getting AP projectile advances from examining enemy munitions. 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 4. So 9 versus 3. Cruiser action will accept the decline. Enemy coastal raid, I don't like these, I'll decline. And that's it. So, well, I'll call this video to a close here. How are we doing on budget, though? Can I build a few more? Even though they don't have the armor, I think I want at least one more. Let's do it. Let's get another Osama. I'm going to name it the Osama, but I'll rename it off camera. I don't know which who gets the next armored cruiser, but we'll have one more ready to go. So that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you back for hopefully the end of this war in the next episode. But until then, take care.